yours, no problem. But if you've been able to do yours, bravo. If you've not been able to do yours, we have we have 1 week holiday next week. So don't worry. You are going to be able to just try and make good use of the holiday, right? So you have 1 week holiday, which means no class next week. You can take the time to, catch up on all we've done before your next tutor comes on board. But generally, do you have any question regarding what we did in the last class? Like you were trying to do it and then you encountered an issue, or you were somebody has missed 5 classes. Okay, I'm speechless. Just try to catch up. You have 1 week holiday. Oh, Promise said his laptop or her laptop went bad. So sorry. Okay, let me see. Okay. Someone says after, let me try to read the message again. Okay, I have a question concerning last week's practical walkthrough. It was actually this week on Tuesday. Okay, after connecting to different networks, I tried to access a web page from one network from another network, but it did not connect. Hostname unresolved was the message it kept giving me. Okay, Femi, if you were in the last class, then you would be aware that at some point I said Packet Tracer has different versions, right? And if you were using the other version, it means you would need to configure every end device with the IP address of your DNS server. But for we that are using the newer version, right, we don't need to do that, which means all we have to do is configure the DNS server, and then we can go to any device that is connected to the local network where the server is, and we can actually connect to that server without configuring those devices. And then I said, but if your own is the older version of Packet Tracer, it means yours cannot do that, which means when you try to access the web browser or web page of the server from any device, probably the laptop or PC, it's going to tell you host name unresolved, which means you have to configure it yourself. And then I showed us that you would go to config, and then there's a part where it shows you IPv4. Under IPv4 configurations, you're going to see for default gateway, you're going to see for DNS server. So all you have to do is configure the one for DNS server to be able to communicate with that particular server. So Femi, if you were not in the last class, I would actually advise you to go back and watch the recording, because me saying it now, I know you might not really understand what I'm saying, but those that were in the class would actually understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, Israel is asking, how will Wireshark be downloaded? Okay, so you're not really downloading it yourself because it's one of the tools that comes pre-installed in Kali Linux. So all you have to do is download Kali Linux and automatically you have Wireshark. Let me see. Okay. All right, I really need to take advantage of this break. Yes, Precious, you should take advantage of the break and catch up. Velafi is asking, how pivotal is Packet Tracer for our career path? If you're considering network security, then yes, you need Packet Tracer, because sometimes you might not have access to a data center or any of these sophisticated places where you can go to see how devices communicate, right? How you can do it from your own home is through Packet Tracer, your home lab. Yeah. So you haven't connected with me on LinkedIn. Okay, so sorry, I'll check. I had issues with the last class with let me log the chat to I'll answer everybody now. Hold on. I had issues with the last class during the practical section. I don't know the issue you had. I don't know how to help you with the issue you have. So your question is incomplete. Oh, so sorry, Solomon. Please try to catch up as soon as you can, because the more we move, the more it gets tougher. Thank you. Are we working with Wireshark today? The answer is yes. So we are done with Packet Tracer. We're going to work with Wireshark today. I was lost from Linux commands. Abi, did I see that right? I was lost like from Linux basics. Ah, me, I don't even know how to help you like this. So if you've been lost since Linux basics, I don't know how to help you. Kosi Sochiko says she doesn't have a laptop. I know there are so many people like that here. And as I would always, or like I would always say, just try to, follow up with classes. And then when you get a device, you can be able to practice these things. But just come to class and pay attention. Cybernath said, I did mine and they were all connected, but upon pinging, 100% were lost. It means they were not connected. It means they could not communicate. You can try checking the configuration again, probably the IP addresses that you assigned, or you can try checking the cable or the ports. If you didn't do that automatic cabling, try checking if it's the cable or the ports. Or something definitely was wrong. That's why it couldn't communicate. Okay. My Cisco packet tracer doesn't highlight name of device when I use the pointer. I don't know why. You have to use the pointer and then type before it can be able to, highlight it for you. Okay. Is it compulsory we use CLI? Just asking because I found a way to run it manually. If you found a way to run it manually, that's perfect. Do it. But for the sake of everyone's learning, that was why I had to use CLI. Okay. Miss Favor, while doing it that day, all the package were unsuccessful. It's all rejected, even the one I pinged to. But then the connections were showing green. Okay, now when you are trying to configure router to switches, that's the only place it will show you red, right? If it's not connected, and then to now start showing you green if it's connected. But when you're trying to configure from end devices, probably PCs, laptops to switches, automatically it's going to show you green because you've added cable, right? But you can still get the configuration wrong. That's why you ping to be sure they can communicate. So just go through, try going through the class again. This time, probably were too fast in the class. That's why you couldn't, really follow up. But just try visiting the recording again and move at your own pace. Make sure you are doing the configurations right this time around. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's proceed with what we have for today. So today we are going to be using let me share my screen. Okay. Today we are going to be using Wireshark, like I said, and this is our practical walkthrough. So if you go to your LMS, this walkthrough is already available. And like I explained in our other class, I don't know, some of us might have missed the class or we don't even remember, but I said Wireshark is a packet sniffing tool, which means it can just be eavesdropping on everything going on in the network without directly interacting, right? So it will just be capturing whatever that is going on, decoding the information, but it cannot change or rather modify what is going on, the conversation. And I gave an example that when you are in a room and people are trying to like talk, you can just be there listening, but you cannot participate in the conversation. Why? Because they did not invite you. And another reason is because you are eavesdropping, right? It's not something that is really, really right. Listening to other conversation when they don't know you are listening to their conversation. Do we understand? So Wireshark is the same thing. So Wireshark can actually capture everything going on in your network, but it cannot modify anything. Its own is to just be listening, just like a CCTV. Yes, let me use a CCTV. A CCTV can just be monitoring everything going on, just capture everything that is happening. Even if a robbery is taking place, right? Unless it is configured in your CCTV that, oh, when you notice suspicious activity, log like a complaint, or rather log log an alert. Yes, unless it is configured like to do that. Your the job of your CCTV is to just capture. So even if a robbery is taking place, a murder is taking place, like they killed someone or anything at all, it will not make any noise. Its own is to just be capturing everything. Same thing with Wireshark. You could be getting breached and Wireshark will not alert you. Its own is to just be capturing everything. Is you with your own knowledge, your own expertise, your own understanding. You are the one that will trace the evidence and know what went wrong, how it went wrong, and when it went wrong. Are we good? So you can also use Wireshark to decode protocols at multiple layers of the OSI model. Um, Wireshark enables users to capture packets, inspect, and deeply analyze network traffic in real time, which means you can be capturing it as it's happening and you can be analyzing it that same time, right? So it's both uh, proactive and reactive, yes. So it's both a proactive measure and a reactive measure. So which people, rather, what groups use Wireshark? We have the network administrator, right? And they use it to monitor network flow and swiftly resolve connectivity or performance problems. Then we have ethical hackers and cybersecurity analysts. And what do they use it for? Wireshark helps them to uncover security threats, vulnerabilities, and understanding malicious traffic patterns, right? And then also it can be used by IT professionals and students, which means it serves as a learning platform for grasping complex network protocols and the intricacies of packet analysis, right? So for people that want to go into SOC, you would need to really understand Wireshark a lot. For those that want to go into ethical hacking, GRC, cloud, cloud. Hey, you need Wireshark actually, most especially for ethical hackers, because I've participated in some CTFs where we had to analyze packets, right, to find like a flag or to find the next step. And if you don't have any idea of Wireshark, you might not be able to participate in some CTFs, hackathons, and all that. So yes, you need to understand Wireshark. Then Wireshark is not an IDS. It's not an intrusion detection system. I believe we all know what IDS is. Do we know what IDS is? Okay. Okay. If you don't know what IDS is, send me that open mouth emoji. Send me the open mouth. So there are some people that actually come to this class but don't listen. Because why am I really seeing open mouth? I said, send me open mouth, and people are really sending me open mouth. You're really sending me the emoji. Wow, look at the crowd sending me the emoji. Or are we just catching cruise now? So you guys don't understand what IDS is. Okay. IDS stands for intrusion detection system, for the sake of this class. Ordinarily, I will not explain what IDS is again because I know I've said it countless times. But for the sake of this class, I don't want us to, start going forward, backward. I'm going to explain it. Go back to your previous recording. Me, I know why I'm saying it too. Okay. So IDS is intrusion detection system, and it's a defense mechanism that companies can use to protect their network against threats. So how IDS works is that it will be monitoring all your network, or rather monitoring everything that is going on in your environment. Then when it notices any malicious activity or any irregular patterns, it will alert you automatically. Immediately it will alert you. And a typical example of this is like you asking a child that, oh, go to the junction, and then when you see anybody that looks like a soldier or anybody that looks like a policeman, come and tell me, right? So the child is just on the road, watching and seeing if he or she would spot anybody wearing armed forces uniform, probably army, the police, federal safety, anyone at all. And then when it spots any of their uniform, automatically he or she will not interact, or the child is not supposed to interact with that particular person. It's just to come back and tell you. That's what IDS does. When it notices anything malicious or any suspicious activity, automatically to come and tell you that, oh, I saw so and so thing somewhere, we'll go and check it out. So that's what IDS does. And I just finished explaining what IDS is. So who are those still sending me this emoji? Who are those still sending me this emoji? Okay. Wireshark is not an IDS, which means it's not Wireshark does not let you know when something is wrong, right? And like I said before, it requires your own understanding, your own expertise to be able to solve, or rather find problems. So it allows Wireshark allows analysts to discover and investigate the packets in depth. It also doesn't modify packets, it reads them, hence detecting any anomaly or network problem highly relies on the analyst's knowledge and investigation skills. You are not trying to understand every packet. The trick is learning how to ask better questions. For example, what conversation am I looking for? Like, what exactly am I looking for? You know, you can't be looking for everything at the same time, right? What should look, what should normal look like? So for you, what should normal look like? So when you see something abnormal, you would know that, oh, this thing actually looks abnormal. There's something going on here. Let me investigate further. And then what stands out as strange? For those of us that like watching American movies, not just American movies too, but then movies where they are like investigating a crime, or, and they have no lead, no clue, absolutely no clue. What would they do? They'll start following patterns, or start following irregularities. Oh, this person left. Okay, so this the person lodged into a hotel, and then the receptionist is telling you that, oh, the person left around 10 p.m. But then around 10 p.m., you're checking the CCTV camera, but you're seeing the person's car there, which means that receptionist lied. That is already a lead for you. You now have to investigate, probe further to know why that receptionist lied, what he or she lied about, what he or she knows. You start asking some questions. So you have to first pick something, and then you dive deeper into that particular thing you picked. Then from there, you now start moving to other directions. Are we understanding? Don't worry, when we get when we get when we start looking at it more in depthly, you understand. So like I said, you are not trying to, catch everything or understand everything at the same time. You pick one thing, and then you start your investigation from there. For example, you're trying to investigate theft. You're trying to investigate somebody stole something, and you're trying to investigate, right? You are going through the CCTV camera. You're not there to look at everything that happened that day. Your attention, what you are fixated on, is when did this person steal? So even if you are monitoring other activities, or you are looking through other activities, your focus is to find the exact point that the person started stealing, or to catch the exact, to pinpoint that exact moment the person stole. Are we good? Are we good? Can you guys hear me? Okay. Okay. So at this point, please open your Kali. Open your Kali. Let's Okay. Ah. Okay. So our shack opened. Sorry, is our Kali opened? All right. So let's open Wireshark. Trying to do something. So sorry. So go to, if you see your Kali interface, you'll see one icon that looks like the Kali dragon here at the top left corner. Can we all see it? Look at the top left corner. Can you see this icon that has applications here? Click on it. When you click on it, okay. What's the problem? I'm just trying to introduce us to the interface before I move ahead. So what's the problem? See, if people abuse this emoji today, I'm just going to ignore it, and it's going to affect everybody because when I ignore it, Wireshark is not easy. So I need that particular. I need you to use that emoji when it is necessary, so I would know when to come back, slow down, and all that. If you abuse it, it's going to affect all of us. I'm just saying it now so you are aware. Okay. So now, have you clicked on this icon here? Are you seeing this? I believe you are. Search for Wireshark. You see the search tab is already, or rather the search option is already showing. So just type Wireshark here. You're going to see this first one that is looking blue. Are you seeing the blue one? Can you see the blue one? Okay, good. Okay. Click on it. Thank you. So click on it. And this is what you're going to see. Now you can see that there are different icons here. There are so many icons here, right? You might not know what they mean because you are new to Wireshark, so it's understandable, and you've not used it often, or rather, you are not new to it, but you've not actually used it often, so you don't really know how it works. That is understandable too. I added a cheat sheet for this reason. So when you come across something you don't understand, you can easily go to the cheat sheet to check for the definition. Hold on, let me try to bring this down. Okay. So when you come here, I believe this is also on your LMS. Can you confirm if this document is on your LMS? What's the problem? I'm opening the chat. What's the problem? Hold on, I've not opened it, but I want to open it. What's the problem? Kali is not starting. Hey, why is your Kali not starting? Okay. Oh yeah, fine. Oh yeah, let's calm down. Let's calm down. I'm going to turn off my Kali. I will turn it off, then turn it on again. It seems it's because I didn't turn it on with you guys. That's why we are having. But those of you saying it's not on your LMS, hold on, let me check because I know I saw it earlier. Hold on, let me see. This is your LMS. Let me refresh again. I saw it earlier, so sorry, my throat is dry. Sorry, let me drink water. Am I allowed to drink water? Please, I want to drink water. Okay, so this is your LMS, and when you come to week two, week 5, class 2, you can see your practical walkthrough, which is the walkthrough we are using. You can see additional resources. You can see the cheat sheets. So those of you saying the cheat sheet is not on your LMS, I don't know. I don't know what the problem could be. I honestly do not know, but it's supposed to be on your LMS. So just try refreshing your browser again and see if it comes up. Okay, I've turned off my Calio. Can we proceed? I want to turn it on now. Can I turn it on? I'm turning it on. Oh. Please turn on your own in case your own is off. And for the guy that said his Kali is not opening no more, I really don't know why that is happening at this point, but definitely something is wrong. You can just listen to the class, and then when yours comes up, you'll be catching up instead of going through everything again. Okay, it's coming up. Hold on, let me see something. Seeing a lot of I'm seeing a lot of comments in the Q&A. What's going on here? I've been trying to join the Prince is saying he's been trying to join the community. I'm sorry, which community is Prince talking about? Is it the general community or which other one? Prince, are you not part of the general community? Um, Anonymous attendee. In the real world, you are not using packet tracer. Or packet tracer is just like a simulation tool that, would I say, imitates how it happens in the real world. So that is for you to like see. So you are not, when you get to the real world, you are not totally lost. You are not totally confused. At least you have some knowledge on how it should be, right? Anonymous attendee, I hope you understand. Okay, Mark is asking, after we finish the course, will the LMS be deleted? 3 months. You have 3 months after your training. So the LMS will be available for 3 months after your training ends. Okay. Okay, let's proceed. Let's proceed, please. I'm going to input in my username and password. In case you are just starting, please also put in your own username and password. Don't put my own or put your own. So this is it. My Kali is turned on. Are we all here? Are we good? Are we here? Are we good? Are we here? Okay. Now, this is your interface. This is what you are going to see when you log into your Kali. By default, this is what you see. Now, I'm telling you that you should navigate to this place. Are you seeing this dragon, this little dragon that is here at the top left corner? Let me hover my mouse around it so that you see it. Are we all seeing it? Are we all seeing this dragon? Can we see the dragon? I'm not seeing our reaction. So don't when I now click on it, you now tell me, oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see it when you were doing. Look at the dragon now. Look at it. I'm hovering around it. You can see, right? Click on the dragon. Click on it. When you click on that dragon, this is what you are going to see. Various tools, various apps that you'll find in Kali. But what we want to use now is our brother Wireshark. So you might not see it here, right? So don't just come to this search place, like this place that is showing you search, and type Wireshark. You will see two options here. You see the blue one that is just Wireshark. Then you see another green one that is Run Wireshark. The one we are using is the main Wireshark here. Are we good? Are we together? Are we seeing the Wireshark here? You guys should stop this now. You guys should stop this. How is this confusing? Go to Kali, click on the dragon icon that will show you applications. You'll see search for Wireshark. Why are some people still confused? I'm not going to repeat the process again. No. Now click on this Wireshark here. I tried my best to carry everybody along, but I'm just not going to repeat that process that we just finished. Okay, so now this is what we have, right? Something like this. How many of us are here? Send me thumbs up. Okay, okay. Now I was saying that we have different icons here, and you might not know what they mean or what they do. And this is the reason why I added the cheat sheet for you, so that when you forget anything, or rather you are trying to do something, but you don't really know how you can do it, you can go to that cheat sheet and check, right? And then I proceeded to open my cheat sheet, and I asked you guys if you have something like this on your LMS. And I can see that it's there on your LMS. So yes, you have it on your LMS. Now, here's how the cheat sheet works. When you see anything SRC on your Wireshark, you know it's referring to the source address. And this can be IPv4, IPv6, or the Ethernet address, which is the MAC address. But it is letting you know that this is where this packet is originating from. We talked about source and destination so many times, so I don't expect anybody to be confused on what source and destination is, but I'm still going to explain, right? So the source is where that packet, or rather where the data is originating from. The destination is where it is going to, which is the final destination. Where is it supposed to land? That is the destination. Then when we talk about time, is the seconds from the first frame. Okay, number. This is the actual number of the frame from the beginning of the packet, right? So each individual packet has a number attached to it. We'll look at that. Don't be confused yet. I'm just showing you the cheat sheet so that when we enter, you are going to have more understanding. And then the protocol is letting you know, oh, this is the protocol that was used for so and so packets. The length is telling you, oh, this is the size of this packet. This logical operation is a bit advanced, so let's leave it for now. Let's not confuse ourselves further. Then let's come here to the icons that I was showing us earlier. Yes. Yes. So when you see this icon that is looking like blue, right, that has, when you're looking at shark, if you've watched all those shark movies, if a shark is coming, you're not seeing the shark directly, but you're seeing one stuff like that. I don't know what it's called. You're seeing one stuff on top of the water, and you're just seeing it moving, then you know, oh, that's a shark. Do we understand? What's that thing called? I don't know. Like somebody told us. Let me go and check, because fin. See? It's called the dorsal fin. Thank you, guys. I mean, we learn every day. Thank you so much. Okay, so a dorsal fin, when you go to your Wireshark and then you see this blue dorsal fin, it means you want to start capturing. That icon is actually letting you know that, oh, you can start your capture here. And this is the description, right? And then when you see the one that is square, this square but is red, right? You know that is used to stop the active capture that you are making. When you see this, the same dorsal thing that is now something like repeats, or there's an arrow in between, that is to tell you that, oh, you can restart the capture with this particular icon. You can see that there are different icons here. So in your own, at your own convenient time, you can actually go through every one of them. Or if you're trying to do something and you don't really know what that icon is for, come here and check. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we okay? Okay, we're good. All right, so now I want to show us something. So when you want to start capturing, or rather when you want to analyze packets in Wireshark, there are two ways to do it. You can either capture those packets yourself and then analyze, or you can download, or rather you can upload an already captured packet into your Wireshark and then analyze it. I will explain where both instances are used. So like I mentioned in one other class like that we had, I said that if you go to a cafe and then you try to access the public Wi-Fi, you see a public Wi-Fi and then you try to access it there. Now, unknown to you, that public Wi-Fi was actually set up by an attacker. And let me just say the attacker actually wants to use he or she has some malicious intent, right? So whatever it is that you do when you are logged into that, or rather when you are using that Wi-Fi, will be showing in that attacker's Wireshark. Same thing with every other person that is connected to that free Wi-Fi. So if you set it that, oh, capture everything that is going on my network, Wireshark is going to do exactly that. So if you are logging into your bank and your bank is not really protected, he can actually intercept or rather capture your login details, your social media, anything at all that you're doing. He's seeing it, right? Okay. Now, aside you capturing it yourself, like the attacker, you can also load it. So let me just say something happened, like there was a breach, and your company is trying to find out what really happened. So they captured the packets of everything that happened as at that point in time from their SIM tool. So they captured it, and then they sent you the pickup file and say, oh, as our analyst, as our cybersecurity analyst, please go through this pickup file and then let us know what happened. You are not the one doing the active capture. You didn't capture it yourself, but you can load it into your Wireshark and then analyze everything to check what went wrong, how it went wrong, who was involved, or rather, who was the attacker. You would get the IP address, by the way. Then you will now check the time that it happened, the events that followed. You can be able to map the patterns from there. Are we good? Now, when you want to capture a packet yourself, there are different interfaces that you use. But for the sake of this class, we're going to be using Ethernet 0, like ETH0. Are we good? Okay. So now that, click on Ethernet 0, but don't click on Start. Just click Ethernet 0 and leave it. I want us to do something. Open your browser on your Kali. Open your Firefox browser. Okay, mine is opening. Okay. Then I want you to go to the walkthrough, this walkthrough here, and copy this site. I'm going to paste it in the chat. That's the site. testasp.vonweb.com. So go to that site, and on your Kali, don't do it on your main browser. I want you to do it on your Kali. So go to that site and click on enter. This is what you are going to see, right? This is what you are going to see. So I want you to come to login. It's going to show you something like this. Now, type in this username and password that we have here, anon, ANON, ANON. So type it in, come here, ANON. Do not type login. Don't type log words in. Now come back to your Wireshark. After typing in your username and password, come back to your Wireshark and then click on start capturing. Are we following? Are we following what I'm saying? Okay. Ask me questions. Please go ahead. Don't tell me you're confused. Ask me questions. Okay, no problem. I'm going to slow down. I'm going to slow down. This is the site once again. I just pasted it on the chat. But if you cannot copy and paste on Kali, I don't know why that is. I think by directional. I think it has something to do with by directional. Hold on, let me show you. I hope I remember, because I was having that issue too, and I was able to solve it. I cannot exactly remember Okay, so go to settings, your Kali. I'm talking to the person that said he or she cannot copy and paste on their Kali. So every other person, please just hold on. I'm trying to find out how I was able to solve the issue that time. Did I solve it again? I'm coming on. Is it under general features? Yes, yes. So when you your Kali has to be turned off to do this, by the way. So when you turn your Kali off, come to settings, then go to experts. The person that said he or she cannot copy and paste on Kali, and any other person that cannot copy and paste for Kali, I'm actually saying this for you, right? So come to experts. When you click on the settings for your Kali, right? You can see it, Kali settings. So come to experts, and then under general, you see something called features. You see something called features. This second option here, if it's not bidirectional, probably it's host to guest or guest to host, change it to bidirectional. Then save, or rather click OK, then turn on your Kali again. You'll be able to copy and paste. So let's go back. You guys are saying I'm too fast. Okay, no problem. So I was explaining the different ways that you can get packets on your Wireshark, or rather you can capture what is going on your Wireshark. Do we understand that part? When I talked about capturing it yourself and getting the pickup file to analyze. Do we understand that part? Do we understand it, or do I have to explain it again? Please send your response so that I will know. Okay, so we understood it. No problem. Now, I'm trying to show us how to capture it ourselves. So let me just say, I'm going to show us the other method too. But let me just say, oh, you have been asked to capture what is going on and monitor it and let us know what is happening. That is what we are trying to do. Capture the packets ourselves. And I'm telling you now that for the sake of this lesson, your company might be using another interface. But for the sake of this particular class at this lesson, we're going to be using Ethernet 0. Ethernet 0 is going to capture everything going on in your Wireshark. Sorry, everything going on in your virtual machine, your Kali, is going to capture all the packets. And if you set it so your Kali can be able to communicate with your main system, which means your Kali and your host system can be able to communicate, it would also capture everything going on in your host system. But my own is not set like that, which means everything that is happening in my Kali stays in my Kali. So when I turn on Ethernet 0 and I start capturing, it's only what is going on in my Kali Linux that is going to be captured, because that's the network interface that I choose. Are we good? So that's just what I'm trying to say. And I'm trying to capture, or rather we are trying to capture like a packet so we can analyze it together. Now, I said you should come here because I want to show you what can happen. I cannot really zoom in or out on I can't zoom in on Wireshark. Let me see if there's a way I can zoom. View, zoom. Okay, there's zoom. I can't do it. I can't, not at this point. So please, let's just try and manage what's on the screen, right? I can't zoom in or out. I'm so sorry. Okay. But we are saying this, right? I just want to use this place to show you what can happen if someone captures your login details, how they can be able to see it. That's just what I'm trying to show you, right? So you input in the username and password, but don't log in yet. I want us to capture it so I can show you how. Okay. Are we still confused? I don't even understand where the confusion is coming from. I'm trying my best to slow down now. Don't log in yet. Ah, don't log in yet. That's what I'm saying. Don't log in yet. We're trying to carry everyone along. We'll do it together. Do not log in yet. And yes, the login is not valid, but I'm trying to capture something so that you people will see. Do you understand? Well, okay. Okay. So now that you've come to Web and you've inputted your username and password, let's go back to Wireshark. Remember when you click on Start Capture, it's not only what you want that will capture because a lot of things are going on in the background. So everything that is going on in your Kali or going on in your behind the scene on your machine will be captured too. But we'll now try to narrow down to what we really want to see. Do you understand? Okay. So now click on Start. Click on this Start here. Then go back to your browser. Click on Login. Then come back here and click on Stop. Do you guys understand what we just did? I know it was fast, but what you have to do is click on your click on Start Capture, which means you're telling it to start capturing. Hey God, this class, God will help us. God will help me and God will help you guys. God will help all of us. I'm trying my best to slow down, but you people just don't want to. What's the question? Don't tell me I'm too fast because at this point I am not too fast. So what's the question? The chat is open. What's the question? What question do you have? Or should I start in the midst of everything? In the midst of everything, Victor came to change it for me. Victor said, even one know if our own load. Victor, did your own load? I, oh God, Victor, did your own load? Please, did everybody's own load? Because Victor is angry about something else, something entirely different from what I was even thinking. Victor, I'm so sorry for my lack of concern. I'm interested in knowing if your own load. Okay. Okay. Ah, Jesus. Um, Somebody said he doesn't know how we started the capture. I showed you that this we were even joking about it. Dorsal fin, dorsal fin, dorsal fin, dorsal fin, dorsal fin. I told you that the dorsal fin means to start capture. It's already in your it's already in your cheat sheet. I showed you guys here. Look at it. I showed you here that when you see um, this blue fin, dorsal fin that you guys said, when you see blue dorsal fin, it means start capture, right? And then when you see the rectangular one, rectangle, yes now. Oh my God. Is this a rectangle? A square, sorry. When you see this square, it means to stop the capture. I already said it. So when I'm clicking on an icon, most especially this dorsal fin own, I'm not expecting anybody to ask me what dorsal fin or rather what this icon does or what I use to start the capture. It's on your Wireshark. is here on your Wireshark. Is here. What I did, guys. So the goal, or rather, what I want to achieve with us capturing this packet is that I wanted us to, imputing username and password into a site while we are capturing what is going on in our interface. So when that site gives us the username and password, we can be able to, check through the packets, find that particular packet containing the username and password, right? And see it in real time. It's just like imitating what an attacker could do. For example, you go to a cafe and you see a free Wi-Fi, not knowing it's an attacker that set it up. And then you are trying to use the free Wi-Fi. I'm just trying to show you that everything you are doing, if that attacker has Wireshark established, or rather opened to capture everything going on in his network, he's going to see anything you are doing, be it your bank, you're trying to log into your social media account, whatever information you're trying to transmit, to and fro, that attacker can be able to see it. That is just what I'm trying to demonstrate here, right? So that's why I picked that particular place, because it's HTTP protocol, which means it's not secured. It's HTTP protocols, which means whatever we username and password that we input is unencrypted. We can see it. We can see it in plain text. That's what I wanted to achieve. So why I asked us to start the capture and then click on enter and then stop the capture almost immediately is that when you turn on your Wireshark, or rather when you start capturing, everything going on will be captured. Everything going on in your network will be captured. Are you seeing it now? What we just did was log in, but you can see how many packets we have here. So do you want to tell me that all these plenty packets we have here came from just that interaction that we had? No. Every other thing is being captured. So I want to limit the packets that we are going to have, because if you leave this thing running for like 3 minutes, you're going to come back to a lot of packets, probably close to hundreds or thousands, right? So you are not supposed to leave it for long, unless you are trying to capture a particular thing, or it's for your own company or your personal network. But for the sake of this class, I don't want the packets to be too much, so that we can easily trace what we need to trace. Are we following? So if you were able to do this, you are going to see, remember our three-way handshake. Remember our three-way handshake, right? We have the sync packet here. You can see it. We have the sync ACK, and then we have the ACK, which means the connection was already established before the login was sent. Are you seeing it? Are we seeing this? Okay. If you did what we did, you should have something like this. Click on it. This particular place is known as the packet list pane. This particular place where I'm hovering my mouse around is known as the packet list. This will list out each individual packet, right? And then when you come to this particular pane, it shows you the in-depth details of one particular packet. For example, now we clicked on this one. This place is showing us details about only this packet. Same with this, if we click on this one, you're going to see it has changed. This is showing us details, more in-depth details about this number 8 packet. Click on another one, it will show you the details of that particular packet, right? And this one is now showing you the packet bytes. You can also see that this one changes when we click on a different packet. For example, let's go back to the login that we clicked on before. You can see the packet byte has changed. This is encoded, by the way, but you can decode it. Okay, so are you seeing it now? Are we seeing this? This is the username and this is the password that we actually imputed, anon. So just imagine if this is like in a real setting and you're trying to log in to probably your social media, or you're trying to log in somewhere, right? The attacker can actually see what you did and be able to capture your username and password. That's just what I'm trying to show us here. Are we seeing this? This is the anon. You can see it, TFU name equals to anon. TFU pass equals to anon. This is the username and password that Wireshark was able to capture for us. Please, please. Okay. Questions. Am I still too fast? Okay. It's meant to be invalid. That's what I'm saying. It's not a real credential. It's meant to be invalid. What I'm literally showing you is how it would appear if real credentials were being what are you, the person that is saying he or she cannot find Ethernet 0 on their Wireshark? What are you seeing on your Wireshark? For the sake of everyone, this is the very last time I'm going to be doing this. Please be attentive. Be as attentive as you can. I'm closing Wireshark, quit without saving, and I'm closing my browser. Be as attentive. This is the very last time, the very, very last time I'm going to be doing this. So be as attentive as you can. Okay. Now, I said when you log in to your Kali, right, you're going to see this dragon icon. And I asked you guys, can you all see the dragon icon? You people said yes. Everybody said yes, we can see it. Click on this dragon icon here. You are going to see this search tab here. Search for Wireshark. Are you seeing Wireshark here? Hello, are we together? Click on it. My mic is muted. Sorry. I didn't know that my mic was muted. But can you hear me now? Please let me know if you can hear me now. Can you hear me? Okay. All right. So sorry, my network kicked me out. Let me share my screen again. So are we here? Are we at this point? Okay. Okay. So I said we have different um We have different interfaces based on what you want to capture, right? So if what you want to capture, rather you want to capture only something related to SSH, right? SSH is secure shell. To capture something remotely, you can use any of this option based on what you want to capture. But for the sake of this class, we are using Ethernet 0. And then I opened the browser, this Firefox here. I opened the browser so that we can be able to input in something to capture, something for our Wireshark to capture. If you just put it in like this, it's going to capture other things. Let's see. Are you seeing it? We did not give it anything to capture, but it's capturing a lot of things because a lot of things are going on behind the background, or rather at the background of our at the background of our machine, right? It's not only what we are doing that is going to capture. So you can see a lot of packets. Now, I did not click on anything. I just clicked on start and started bringing out all these things, which means everything going on behind the scene or everything going on at the background is capturing it. Are you seeing it? So many packets here. Let me click on it so that we'll see it. Are you seeing it? All these packets that are here. I did not ask it to capture all these things. I didn't input in anything into my browser. I didn't do anything, but it was capturing it. So do we understand now? It's still capturing more. Everything going on at the background, it will be capturing it. Do we get? Okay. Thank God. Thank God for us. So now stop this because this is unintended. Now let's go to continue without saving. Oh, no, not again. Let's go back to our Ethernet 0 now. I want us to capture something, which is us logging in. I just want Wireshark to be able to capture us inputting in our. I want Wireshark to be able to capture us trying to log in, even if it's invalid login. That is not the point. The point is it being able to capture that username and password and show it to us in our Wireshark. So this is a typical thing that an attacker can do. This one is just showing you invalid login. So what if the login is successful? It will still capture the details. It doesn't change anything. The main point is that it was able to capture the username and password, and it was able to show you in the Wireshark that, oh, so and so person was trying to visit so and so site, and this is the username and password that they used. Do you get? Are we trying to understand? Are we understanding what I'm saying now? Now, for us to see it in real time, I just picked a random username and password. I'm not telling you that, oh, that is a valid credential here. Okay, let's leave anon. Let's use test. Test as username, test as password. It still won't go. This is not a valid credential, but you are going to see it in your Wireshark. So now click on start. Let's try it again. Click on start capture. It's already on Ethernet 0. So click on start capture and then come here, click on login. It will still show you invalid login, right? Remember we used anon the first time. Now we are using test. Now come back to your Wireshark. Click on cancel because it's still going to be accepting more packets, more and more packets if you leave it, right? Now come here to let's come here to check the three-way handshake. Sync arc. Look at the sync here. Then it captured some other packets, then the sync arc, then the arc. So the three-way handshake is complete. Now look at the login details here. Are you seeing it? The test that we used is also here. Do we get the point? Okay. Now, if you are not trying to, remember you are looking for patterns, right? You are looking for patterns. Okay. Now let's try the other method and see more patterns there, because this one is from my own it's from my own machine, my own network. There's nothing malicious going on. So let's look at another packet that has some malicious packets in it. Hold on, let me show us how we can go about it. So in your practical walkthrough, we've been able to assess you capturing it yourself through an interface, right? So the next option that we have is downloading a sample packet capture with mixed traffic. This is the command that we're going to use to download it. So come here and copy. Those of us that cannot copy and paste on our Kali have already showed us how to solve that. So please use that method. But if you cannot at this point, then try to copy this out. Like try to write it out manually on your own. But if you can copy, open your terminal. Hold on, let's cancel this first. Let's cancel this first so we are ready to no, hold on. Okay. Okay, so open your terminal. So let's just assume now that, oh, something happened in your organization, right? Um, Probably a breach happened or a breach almost happened, and your organization wants you to investigate what happened here, right? So now they've given you the pickup file, or rather the file containing all the logs or the packets that was going in and out of your organization as at that time that the breach almost happened. And now they want you to analyze everything that happened to know what happened, when it happened, and you get all those things. They want you to download it. So you paste this command into your terminal. Okay. I'm so sorry, everyone. Don't paste it just yet. I want us to do something first. If you look at this other part here, if you look at this, if you look at this part, you are going to see that there's home, Kali, Wireshark, and then the sample.pickupng, right? If you do PWD here, if you do PWD here, you are going to see home and your username. So I want us to create another folder called Wireshark. So mkdir Wireshark. Do PWD again. This is what you are going to see. Oh, sorry. Let's move into the Wireshark directory that we just created. Then now do the PWD again. You're going to see home, your username, and then Wireshark. Are we following? Are we together? Okay. Now paste the command that we wanted to paste earlier. This is wget is used to like download something, or rather get something from a particular place, right? So this is letting the terminal know that, oh, download so and so thing from s3.amazonaws.com.tcp recap, like this is the address, right? Then it's now telling that, oh, when you download something from here, I want you to output it to /home / your username / Wireshark / then the exact name of the file, right? So I'm going to change this Kali now to my username because my username is not Wireshark. If you look at the PWD is home / my username and then Wireshark. So mine is Darksphere. I'm going to put Darksphere here, right? So it's going to be home / Darksphere / Wireshark and then the name of the pcap file. But for you now, it's going to be /home / your own username. So if your username is Ore, right? If your username is Ore, here is going to be /home / Ore / Wireshark and then / the name of the pcap file. Are we following? Great. Now click on enter. Click on enter when you've done that, or rather when you've made the edits. Okay. Mine is done downloading. But to confirm that, oh, it has been downloaded, I'm going to do the ls. Are you seeing it? Now I have the sample pickup. You can see it, sample.pickupng. I didn't have to create the file myself. All I had to do was create the directory. And then when it was downloading, it's now automatically created the sample.pickupng for me. Are we following? Have we been able to achieve this? Okay, great. Now open your Wireshark. I closed my Wireshark completely because I want to open it again. Let's do it together. Open your Wireshark. We don't want to capture it live by ourselves. We want to open a capture file that has been given to us. Which option are we going to use? Come to File. Are you seeing it? Like File is at the top left corner. So come to File here and then click on Open. Are we here? Okay. Now click on Wireshark. Are we here? Okay. Now click on the sample pickup file that we just downloaded. And then click on Open. I'm opening the chat. The person saying he or she cannot copy and paste on Kali. Did you do the bidirectional that I asked? Did you turn on bidirectional that I asked you to turn on? Okay. Okay, let me just see this. Wireshark can be overwhelming at first. It can be really overwhelming, right? Even me myself, even me, I was overwhelmed the very first time I came across Wireshark. I was like, what is this? So it's totally normal that some of you are confused and you get, but over time, as you use it, you are going to get comfortable with it. And I'm not fast. I've tried my best to be as slow as I can. I can't go slower than this. I can't go slower than this. So I'm really trying my best. I'm trying my best here. Okay. Okay. Just finished copying now. So please continue from there. If you are done copying, all you have to do is, if you are done copying, all you have to do is run the command, or make sure that you've edited this place. Wait, hold on, let me show you. Make sure you've edited here because like I said, I used Kali here I added Kali here because um, that's the default username that you would see most Kali Linux machines having. But while we're configuring our own machine, right, in the installation of Kali, I showed us how to use different usernames. So I'm assuming that, like me, a lot of people use different usernames other than Kali. You can see here that my username is Darksphere. Are you seeing it? So I want you to, when you are trying to like show it where to put the pickup file, indicate, because if you leave it as Kali there, it's going to give you a wrong, like it's not going to, the command is not going to work because your username is not Kali, right? So it has to be /home/ your username and then /Wireshark, the directory we just created before the name of the pickup file that you want it to be. And for this case, we choose sample.pickupng. Do you understand? So the person that asked that question, have you been able to do this? So if you do it, it might just be there for some time. Don't worry, it's downloading. When it's done downloading, you can do the ls command to be sure that it has really downloaded. You will see the file there. Then you come to your Wireshark. Come to your Wireshark, you see file, click on file, click on open, and then locate the exact place that you downloaded the file to, is which is Wireshark, the directory called Wireshark. Are we together now? Are we together? Are we good? Okay. All right, let's go back to our walkthrough. So I've introduced us to the packet list pane, packet details pane, packet byte pane. Now let's go over to exercise 3. Now exercise 3 is actually how you display, or rather how you view the captured traffic, right? So if, for example, your company is telling you that, oh, we noticed something on port 80, right? Port 80 is doing so and so thing. There was some suspicious activity on port 80. You know that port 80 is HTTP protocol. So you can go there and search for, oh, everything that happened with HTTP. Let me see if I can identify this, what was wrong, or if I can identify anything malicious. Yeah. So if you are trying to filter by protocol, you can come here and say, hold on. You can come to this, add a display filter. Are we all seeing it here? This place, you can see apply a display filter. Are we seeing this here? Okay, you can come here and type HTTP and click on enter. It's going to display everything related to HTTP that you have on your, look at this part. This is the place that's showing you the protocol. So it's going to display every protocol that is HTTP here for you. Are you seeing it? There are so many packets here. So you can now start identifying or start narrowing down to check, oh, if there are irregular patterns, was there any else filtration, what was going on? And another important thing is the status code. You can see here that we have a lot of 200, 200, 200, and there's 302. Status code is actually important when it comes to HTTP. So if you are checking and then you mistakenly see something that is showing you 40, let me confirm, I think it's 404. Okay. If you are checking and you see anything that is telling you 401, if you see anything saying 401, you know somebody tried to access something they shouldn't and they were bounced back. For example, now, hold on, let me go back to Wireshark. Are you seeing this 200 okay, 200 okay, 200 okay that we are all seeing here? Are you seeing it? Then here now you are seeing 302 moved temporarily. Are you seeing it? Okay. This is actually telling you the status of what went down. If you come to this walkthrough and you look through these error codes, when you see anything related to 100, 101, 102, is letting you know that, oh, this is just informing you that, oh, the server has received the request and is trying to, process it, or the server is asking you to switch protocol. You get, it's just telling you what is happening at that time. And then when you see anything 200, the request has been successful or it succeeded. Then if you're not seeing anything related to 301, if you see any error code that is telling you 301, it means that particular place you are trying to access has been moved permanently. And then you see 302 is letting you know that, oh, this has been found. It was changed temporarily, but we found it for you. Right? 303, the same thing. 307, the same thing. 308, permanently redirected, which means the address for what you're trying to reach has been moved permanently. But the one we are all familiar with is 403. 403 and 404. 404 will tell you not found. I'm sure a lot of us here have seen this error code before. We've seen not found at one point in time or the other, right? We've seen 404. Okay, but it's not 404 that is the error code. But you as a cybersecurity analyst, if you're trying to, analyze some packets and you see anything like 403, right? It means somebody tried to access what they shouldn't access. It's just like a restricted area. And then someone tried to use a fake badge to access a place, and then the badge was declined, but it was logged. So now, if you want to check further, you are curious to know, oh, why did this person try to access this place that needs a badge? And what kind of badge did they produce that was rejected? Why did the door refuse to open? Was their badge invalid? Did they steal it? You have a lot of questions. That's the same thing that happens here. When you see 403, somebody definitely tried to access what they shouldn't have access to. So now you should be curious, who was this person that tried to access this place? What were they looking for? Why did they try to access it? You get those kind of questions. You will now start investigating from there. So this is when it comes to HTTP, or rather when you're trying to investigate HTTP, you look out for error codes, look out for patterns. Another example is that we have our three-way handshake. We know that, oh, whenever a connection is trying to establish, there's the sync, and then the sync arc, and then there's the arc, right? We all know that, right? Hello, are we together? Good, we all know that. But in a situation where you are now seeing something like sync, you are now seeing another sync, you're now seeing another sync, it's just telling you that, oh, somebody's trying to scan that port. Probably an attacker is trying to scan the port to look for vulnerabilities to use and enter. Because when you are seeing continuous sync, it means they are trying to flood it. They are not waiting for your server to reply. That is a common indicator for port scanning. Are we good? So you look at the patterns, you know what is normal. So when you see something that is abnormal, you know that, oh, this thing looks abnormal. Let me investigate it further. Another one is DNS. We all know what DNS is. So I'm not even going to mention what DNS means. I will not even try it. We've looked at DNS more times than I can remember. So when you are trying to when you're trying to change the protocol to something like DNS, you want to look at everything that happened, right? With the DNS server, you can see it. Or a common attack that can actually go on here is data exfiltration, which means somebody can try to download sensitive data in large amounts. So you are seeing this length now. You are seeing 81, 74, 281, 434. You get, these are normal sizes of data. But let me just say you are seeing another one now, you're not seeing something like 15,372. 15,372 is like 15 MB. That's large data. You know, somebody tried to download large some of probably something from your database, or you know this is wrong. You now start investigating. Who downloaded so and so thing? Why did the person need to download so and so thing? You can start your investigation from there. That's actually when it has to do with DNSR. Let me see if we can find anything of that sort here. This is like a malicious packet, so let's just scroll through to see. It's not moving on. Okay, well, okay. This thing is so large, so large. Okay. I'm not even seeing the icon to move it. Is it too small or okay? But I can't find any here right now. Let's see. Let me do it manually. I'm coming. Let's see. Okay. I can't find any here, which means there's nothing indicating data exfiltration here. But when you are looking at the length and you are seeing very large data here, you see these are very common sizes, 81, 400 and something, 500 and something. These are common sizes, right? But if you start seeing this size in thousands, like MB, gigabytes, you know something went down there. You know somebody tried to download a very large data. That's why the size is that large. Are we following? Are we good? Are we good? Okay. So based on what you are looking for, you can actually add different types of filters. There's the one for app that you can add for app. There are so many filters that you can add, right? Then now, aside searching by protocol, you can also search by IP address. So let me just say you've already identified that, oh, so and so through the protocol, right? You're able to identify that, oh, so and so IP address tried to access so and so place at so and so time. You would want to see other activities that that IP address was able to do, right? You would want to see other things that the IP address did in the course of being in the network. You can actually do that. All you have to do is type in ip.add addr, then two equal to sign and the IP address you want to search. So let's pick any IP address from here at random. Hold on, let me cancel this filter. So, see. Okay. Let me see. Which one should we pick now? So let's use 172.16.255. Should we use this one? What's this guy trying to? Hold on, don't be confused. I'm coming. Okay. Let's just use this IP address 204.192. 204.194.237.136. So let's just assume that, oh, in our investigation, we found out that this particular IP address was able to exfiltrate data at some point. But now we want to check everything this IP address was able to do while it was logged into our network, or rather, while it was communicating on our network. How do you do that? IP.addr. Are we following? Then two equal to sign, and then the IP address 204.194.237.136. Then you click on enter. This is every communication that this particular IP address had on this network. Are we seeing it? Do we understand? Wireshark is actually very, very deep. Like it's a very deep tool, and there's no way you can understand it in one class. Like you cannot understand. I'm going to be very, very sincere with you. You can never understand everything about Wireshark in 2 hours. You can't. I provided additional resources for you. And if you already have a premium subscription on TryHackMe, TryHackMe has good resources on Wireshark that you can actually explore. So you can actually go and explore those resources there. But if you don't have premium subscription, no problem. You see, that's why I didn't add it to your additional resources. So people will not start feeling pressure that, oh, I don't have premium subscription. Among the additional resources, what should I do? If you don't have premium subscription, leave TryHackMe. Focus on the ones that are added as your additional resources. Okay, so like I was saying, this is every conversation that 204.194.237.16 had on our network. Every single communication. You can see it one after the other. So if we are looking for a malicious pattern, this is actually where we can be able to find it. Or if we are looking for any other thing, any other malicious stuff that the IP address or the user of the IP address was able to do, this is where we are going to find it. But right now, I'm trying to look for other patterns. Arc, push arc. Okay. Arc thing. Arc. Okay. Okay. There's nothing really simple going on here that we can actually explore now. Okay. All right. Now, if you also look at this area, this particular place, right? If you see what I'm doing, I'm actually looking at them based on each layers of the OSI model. The layers might not really be complete, but for some, you'll find out that it's complete. For example, now, you can see that, let me use this. For example, you can see that, oh, this place contains the frame, right? The packets, how it is transferred in bits. Then here it's talking about source, destination, or you can literally see it that it's MAC address. Are we seeing it? This is how a MAC address looks. Are you seeing what I'm showing you here? You can see its source, you can see its source, and then you can see destination, you can see the MAC address. And then when it comes to the next one, you can see its IP, Internet Protocol version 4, which is IPv4. You can see the source IPv4 address, you can see the destination IPv4 address. Then when it comes here, you can see the TCP protocol. This is known as the transport protocol, right? You can see it. Then there's the source port, destination port, and everything that you need to know. And then here you can see the HTTP. So when you click drop down, you can see everything more in depth that happened in each layer for this conversation. It can be blurry, like your eyes can be turning if this is your first time. So I will not go deep into that. So don't end up crying after this class. But yes, if you want to investigate based on each protocol of the TCP IP, right, you can actually do that here. Are we following? Okay, so let's proceed with our walkthrough. So aside checking with the protocol, checking with the IP address, you can also check by port. So if you want to check the port directly, or rather, if you block every activity on that particular port, I'm just giving an example. It doesn't have to necessarily be port 80, right? Because port 80 actually means HTTP. But let me just say port 259. I'm not sure I don't know what that service is for. But let me just say you blocked every activity to port 259. But then you notice that, oh, some activities were actually going on port 259. You can actually filter it based on that port to know everything that happened to that port. Do you understand? Or let me just say your ports. Which port should I use now? I'm just picking ports at random. Port 60. Say anything like port 60. Okay. Port 60 contains your sensitive server. That's where you keep your sensitive server, right? And you put in strict measures that only people that are authorized can access port 60 on your own network. But people noticed, or rather some SOC analysts that are working in your organization noticed some malicious activities on port 60, which is meant to be critical for only sensitive people, or rather, it contains sensitive data, so only certain individuals should be able to access it, right? So they are now giving you to analyze and know what happened in port 60. You can actually use this TCP port to filter it. So when you do TCP ports equal to the port number, it will give you everything that went down on port 60 that are contained in that pickup file. I don't know if I'm making sense. Do you understand what I just said? Let's try it out, but this time let's use port 80 because we have port 80 in this pickup file. So let me just say TCP TCP dot ports equal to 80. Click on enter. It will give you everything that went down on port 80. So you can see who sent the IP address that sent what it sent to the destination and how the destination responded, like everybody that sent something to another person and everybody that responded using that port. You are going to see it, what they sent, the time they sent it, how they sent it. You are going to see everything here. You are going to see it. Are we good? I see we have questions. I see we have questions. Ask questions if you have. UK, Eric, the the um the chat cannot be opened because if the chat is opened, I'm going to miss all the questions that you're asking. I'm going to miss all the questions that you're asking. I will not be able to, like go through the questions. Imagine me opening the chat and I'm seeing like 3,000 messages. I will not be able to, somebody said I'm not answering. What am I not answering to? See, just take it easy. It's me that is telling you now to take it easy because it's okay if you don't totally understand it. It's okay. All right. Just take a deep breath. Take it one step at a time. Like I said, do not try to understand everything at the same time. The only reason why I'm showing you all these plenty filters now is because this is the class that we have for Wireshark. Or if we had like different classes, look at would look at some filters first, look at them more in-depthly, and then we move to another one. We look at them more in-depth. But now I'm just, showing you. So when you so that when you see them, you can be able to understand them. Remember, remember at the beginning time I told you that I told you that cybersecurity is not for the weak. I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is me saying it again. Cybersecurity is actually not for the weak. And that is the reason why I would always say, I would always say that your own toughness has to increase as you proceed because it gets difficult as you go. So you yourself, you have to be tougher. What you are seeing now that you are complaining about is not what you are going to see in week 15. Week 15 is going to be tougher than now. So, so, so even you, have to, you have to toughen up as we proceed because it's going to get tough. Perpetual, even the GRC, don't worry, we are all here. When you get to GRC, even you will attest to the fact that GRC is not easy. You will attest that GRC is not easy. Oh, I'm so sorry. Somebody said my cursor is not moving. I'm so sorry about that. How can you, Ola Supo, how can you not understand anything? Oh, Femi is saying we should continue. Oh, Femi, I'm so sorry. I was trying to, answer some questions for some of some of you. Well, Dami wants us to end the class. Interesting. Yeah, I was thinking Dami understood, or rather, Dami is understanding the class. Hey, God, it is well. That's why you have break. You have break next week now, so you can actually go back and catch up because from week 6, it's going to be a different ball game. So I want you guys to try to make good use of the time. Make good use of the time. Your file is not opening on the Wireshark page. Okay. Another common issue why this would happen is because of your network. And let me show you why. I'm replying to the person that said the file is not opening on the Wireshark. So when you do ls-l, are you seeing the size of my sample.pcap? This is the size. This is about 9 MB. Is it 9 MB or thereabouts? Yes. So this is the size, right? Now, when you open your own, when you do ls-l and your sample pickup is showing you 0, it means your network interrupted the download. It did not download. That is why it's unable to open. So if you're having similar issues like our guy, just know that it did not download. Remove it, remove this sample pickup. I already showed you how to remove a file. Use rm and the name of the file, you remove it. So remove it and try downloading again. Are we good? Remove it and try downloading again. Okay, now let's proceed. Nobody's a master of Wireshark on the first goal. Just put this at the back of your mind, or rather use this one to console yourself. Nobody masters Wireshark the very first time that they came across. Even me myself, me that is teaching you, I will not say I know everything about Wireshark. I just know what I need to do, like what I need to use it for. The tasks that I need to use it for, I know how to use it for those tasks. I don't know everything about Wireshark. There are some things in Wireshark that you would show me, some very technical stuff in Wireshark that you show me, and I won't even know what you are doing. So let's just console ourselves together, okay? Wireshark is not that easy. We are together, okay? All right, so you can also filter by MAC address, right? So if you are trying to spot activities on a certain device, you know that IP address can change, but MAC address cannot change. So if you are trying to spot a certain activity on a device, you can search using the MAC address to know everything that has happened or everything that has gone on with that MAC address. Okay. Then now, another way you can actually check is by filtering through TCP sync. Remember I said that when you are using TCP sync, or rather when you are trying to start a connection, it has to be three-way handshake. Like you have to see the sync, then the sync arc, then the arc. It has to be complete always for it to be a valid connection. Then when you're not seeing something different from that, you know something is wrong. And I made mention of you seeing just the sync, just so many sync. You are seeing so many sync. It means someone is trying to scan that port. And an innocent person will not just stay and try to scan your port. It is always an attacker, unless you ask someone to run a pen test on your infrastructure. But if you know there's no active pen test going on, it means an attacker is trying to scan your port to look for vulnerabilities to attack you. So let's see it out. I don't know if this packet has what I'm trying to explain, but let's see it. No, let me just write it. Because some of us said we cannot Some of us said we cannot copy and paste, so let's write it out together. Let's see. TCP.flags.sync. Okay. TCP.flags.sync is equal to 1. Is that it? Let me see. TCP.flag.sync is equals to 1. Okay. I think we should give space here. So let's search for this and see what is going to provide for us. Are you seeing it now? Are you seeing it? Sync, arc. Okay. This is not really what I wanted us to get, but I mean, you can see that from here. Let me see if this happened at the same time. Okay. Sync, arc. You can see that at this point, there were 3 different sync, like 3 different requests to connect, and then 3 different replies that were ignored. Are you seeing it? Let me see if it's from the same. Yes. Okay, no, this one is different. Okay. You can see the IP address, source and destination, right? And then the destination replied to the source, which means 172.16.255.1 sent a sync request, which means I want to connect with you 67.215.65.132. Then 65.132 now replied and said, okay, let's connect. But what did this guy do? The 172.16.255. He now sent another sync request. Instead of establishing the connection, he sent another sync request. This is definitely a malicious pattern. So if we actually ask to investigate, we can investigate this further by looking at everything more in depth to check what went down. Okay, why did you send another sync? And then if we cannot trace anything malicious to this particular pattern, or rather it looks harmless, we can isolate this IP address just like we did before. Search for only communications with this IP address to see everything it did on our network. Because it could be that, oh, after scanning the ports, it found a vulnerability and it exploited that vulnerability. You'll be able to see it on your Wireshark. Are we following? It's just like a detective now. A detective that is following clues. So you found one thing. Okay, let me probe further. You now start investigating based on that one thing you found. You are now probing everything around it to see what you can find. That's the same thing with Wireshark. But you is based on your own skills that you can be able to, find malicious activities, malicious patterns. You know what is right. So when you see something that is wrong, you know that this thing is wrong. For example, now, like I said, our 3-way handshake, it has to be complete for a connection to be established. But this IP address did not wait for it to establish, which means it didn't want the connection. It sent another sync request again. Are you seeing it? None of it didn't respond to any of this. There's no ARC. Okay, there's sync ARC here, which is not coming from this exact IP. Yes. Look at the activities by 172.16.255.1. I don't know if you guys can see my screen, but if you look at it, it kept sending sync scans here. But there's no final acknowledgement from that particular IP address that, oh, the connection has been established. Look through the IP address and look through the patterns. You will not see any acknowledgement from it, which means that particular IP address or the person handling that particular IP address didn't want any connection. It was obviously looking for something else, or rather trying to do something else, which is a malicious pattern, and you should investigate. Are we good? All right. Now there's something called combining filters, right? So, for example, when we search for okay. So when we are trying to combine filters, you combine filters to make your filters more powerful. You can combine two or more filters to make it more powerful. For example, TCP and TCP port 80. No, let's not use that. Oh, that's the only example I gave. Okay, let's go to the cheat sheet and see. There are more examples here. You can see it under okay, hold on. Have I passed it? I think I have. Okay, yes. You can see it under here, common filtering command. Are you seeing it? So let me just say you've noticed a particular pattern between one IP address and another IP address. Are we together? If you've noticed patterns between one IP address and another IP address, and you want to search both of them at once, this is the filter to use. This is letting Wireshark know that, oh, every communication regarding this particular IP address and this particular IP address, pull it up at once. So every other thing is hidden, and just these two IP address communications that they've had will be shown to you. But when you put it as the source and destination, I'm trying to look if there's anything like that here. I can't find it. But I think you can also use source and destination like this, like IP address, source, then the IP address, and destination, the IP address, to show you every communication between the two IP addresses as source and destination, right? So there are so many other filters that you can actually add together. For example, you produce an IP address, you say, oh, give me everything based on this IP address and this port. So every communication between that IP address and that port will be shown to you. Also say, oh, give me anything based on this host. You search for the host. Just play around with the cheat sheet. But first, go through your additional resources. I know why I'm saying it. Go through your additional resources so you have more understanding. Okay. So yeah, you can actually combine filters together to give you more narrowed down or more powerful results. Then let's quickly look at 5. So now, like I said before, if you've noticed a particular activity, you can actually you can actually analyze the packet based on that activity you noticed. For example, sync and there's no final acknowledgement, that is most likely a port scanning activity. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. I was saying that I've explained this particular port scanning activity before. I said the three-way handshake is a very common indicator of this. Like when a connection is trying to be established, the three-way handshake has to be complete. But when it's not complete, it is most likely a port scanning activity. For example, you are seeing only sync or you are seeing only sync ACK. It's most likely a port scanning activity and you should investigate, right? Then also I talked about DNS traffic when I said if you are trying to find something like data exfiltration, you look at the length of each packet that went out of the organization. So if you spot anything like 16 gigabytes or 160 MB as the size of a data that left your organization, what is the person downloading that is up to 160 MB? You should know that somebody has taken sensitive data from your organization. So you can actually use DNS to detect malicious traffic, right? Then I also talked about error, the error code. And I said that if you see something like, what's the error code again now? 40 something. If you see something, I think it's 403, forbidden. It can be any other error code based on what you guys have in your organization. But I'm just giving an example of 403 that is forbidden. Just imagine someone, I already gave that example, someone that is not supposed to access a certain area, but you see the person trying to access that area, but he or she was declined. You would want to probe further. You want to know why was this person trying to access this place. That's the same thing with 403, anything 400 something, right? Or majorly 403. 403 is forbidding. The person tried to access it, but was forbidden from accessing that particular resource. Probably they don't have the right permission or they were restricted from accessing it, right? So you have to probe further to know why, or rather, investigate further to know why. Okay, now what is the takeaway from this class? Basically, what Wireshark helps you do is to, it just hands everything over to you. Then it's left for you and your investigative skills to know what normal looks like. If you know what normal looks like, you can be able to fish out something that is abnormal, right? So you have to ask yourself these questions. Does this make sense? I'm expecting TCP three-way handshake, but I'm seeing something else. Does this look normal? Why is this destination here? This destination is not known to our network. Let me just say the network is like a local area network, and only devices in that particular local area network should be able to communicate with each other. But you're seeing an unknown IP address that you did not configure as the IT administrator. You did not configure that particular IP address. So you are now noticing like, why am I seeing this IP address? Is it part of my organization? Who configured it? You would probe further to know why, right? And then you also check for a few connections that can be normal, right? So is this thing normal? You look at it, it's normal. Okay, what is now abnormal? If this one is normal, okay, it's fine. You see another one, you notice is abnormal, you probe further. Is there a misconfiguration? Is there malicious activity? What exactly is going on? You have to probe for that to see, right? So using Wireshark isn't about trying to memorize every protocol. Don't worry. There's cheat sheets, there's cheat sheet, there's other activities that are always available for you. So whenever you're trying to do something and you don't really know how to go about it, make use of the tools that are available for you. So you are not trying to memorize every protocol. You need to know what you are looking at and recognize when something does not belong there. Are we good? So please go through your additional resources. Go through your additional resources, and if you have a premium subscription on TryHackMe, try to go through that Wireshark module on TryHackMe. It's very helpful. Okay, let's take a few questions before quality day. The chat is open. I'll miss you too. I'll miss you guys too. If your friend, I'm talking to Smith now, if your friend allows you to, then definitely you can. But if your friend does not allow you to, please, if you want to install Kali on your friend's system, please let your friend know. Let your friend know before doing that, because not everybody wants that. Okay, Chinwe, this is actually my last class with you guys. Well, I'll definitely be joining your classes, but it's just that you won't see my face. I can be speaking from time to time, but you won't see my face. So yes, from 2 weeks time, it's going to be, from 2 weeks time, you're officially going to SOC. I want you to look at the bright side of this. I want you to be proud of your progress. Be proud of how far you've come. If you sit down and actually evaluate yourself, who you are now and who you were 5 weeks ago, you're not the same person. We all can attest to that, right? You're not the same person. Hello, are you the same person? Yes, you're not the same person. So yes, I want you to see the bright side of it. You are growing, and that's what matters. That's what you're here for. You're here to grow. So embrace it as much as you can and enjoy it. All right? For my chapter here is done with you guys. Your next tutor will come on board from 2 weeks' time. Okay. I'm going to miss you guys. Oh, you started sending me W's. Thank you. I need more W's. I'm going to miss you. Send me more W's to console myself. Yay. All right. Thank you all so much. Enjoy your holiday. If you want to talk to me, please reach out to me via the community. But don't come and start sending me hello, hi. I'm not going to respond to you. you are trying to say something, say your hello, hi, and go straight to the point. Okay. Promise you are going to know your next tutor in 2 weeks' time when he comes. Yeah. So just enjoy your break. And then when you come back, we would, continue. Bye, guys. I love you all. Don't stop studying. And remember, your growth should not stop at any point, right? Your growth has to continue. Remember to always learn, and remember to keep upskilling. Even if your training here ends, remember to keep learning. All right? Okay. Bye, guys.